Bourbon and Bucks podcast. Tonight we got a guest on here. It's Doug Stevens with Chattahoochee Taxidermy. We're gonna go back and see where he got started and how his business is going, and just ask him any kind of questions. If you got any questions to ask him, just put the comment in the bar down there, and we'll read it up for you. All right, Doug. We appreciate you being here tonight, buddy.
Man, what an enjoyment to get to hang out with you guys again. It doesn't happen too often anymore.
I'm telling you, only when you're taking our money.
hey, that's what happens.
That's my only time we see you, when you're taking our money.
Hey, that's all good though. Sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
It is all good.
So, how many years you been at taxidermy now?
Well, this year will be my 20. Let's see, Zach will be 20. This is my 28th season starting this fall.
Okay. All right.
So I've been at it 28 years.
What prompted you to get started doing taxidermy? Just as a hobby or what?
Well, if you'd have told me 30 years ago when I fished and hunted all the time that I'd have made this career choice, back then I said, man, you've lost your mind. But loving the outdoors and hunting and fishing and being in it all my life and where I live, that's in Heard County, that's you hunt and fish. I mean, that's just how it is.
Oh, yeah.
That passion within burned and burned and burned. And the guy that was doing our deer back then, in the 80s, a guy named Virgil Perry, rest his soul, he's passed on now, but he come to me. He was getting on up in age and his health wasn't too good. And we had fish, man. Mama used to let us lay out of school to go fishing with him and stuff. And he came to me in the fall. Well, it was actually the winter of 96, I'm sorry. And he got to talking to me. He said, hey, you've always come up here while I was working and blah, 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 this and that and the other. He said, my health ain't good. I'm not, don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to do this. He said, but I'd like to pass it on. Would you be interested in it? I said, yeah, sure. Why not? I'll take a knack at it because, I just love to hunt and fish. He said, I tell you what you do. He said, you kill a deer this fall and we'll go through the whole 9 yards, all from after you bring it in from the field, after he's caped out, skinning, the rough fleshing, the measuring, all of it, all the way down to mounting it. And we'll go from there. So of course I killed two bucks that fall. So that would have been the fall of 97, and caped both of them out. And the biggest one, actually, that's the first one that we mounted, and he's still in the shop today. Well, he's hanging in the back room of the shop, but he's still mounted today. Yeah. That's sort of a centerpiece. So Virgil, I can give Virgil credit. Now I have stepped out and done a whole lot more things different now, other than my tanning method. I still just about tan the same way that I learned because it's simple and I get a good stretch with my skins. But I credit Ronnie Bullock down in Manchester for a lot of my learning. I did some time with a guy in Illinois named Chuck Watson when he was still in business there in Franklin, Illinois. I did a little training with Chuck, just a weekend training, and all it was some finish work stuff, just some small things that I needed to improve on. And then I did a class with John Beard on my turkeys back in 2009. So I've been blessed through the years. I mean, if it weren't for the good Lord, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today, because he sure has blessed me through it all.
I hear you.
Yeah, he has. He blessed you with a skill too, because you ain't half bad at it either.
Nah, you really ain't good at it, son.
Yeah. Was it rough? Was it rough? I mean, I'm sure with everything you do when you start off, I mean, did you mess stuff up? Did you have a rough time and stuff like that, or did it come natural?
Actually, it didn't. I didn't mess anything up, thank goodness. I think I did cut a couple of holes, flesh in my first skin, but you learn how to sew. I mean, the more you hate sewing, the less holes you're gonna start cutting, because you're gonna start taking your time and doing things a little different. But knock on wood, if it don't hang on my wall, it ain't gonna come to your house and hang on your wall. And that's the way I look at it. And I want mine to be as perfect to them as I can get one to be.
Yeah.
We got a comment on here. If you can see that comment down there, Doug.
What, some good memories growing up in the shop?
Yeah.
Yeah, Shelby
Oh
Clark.
yeah,
You know Shelby Clark.
Yeah. Shelby's one of my nieces from my previous marriage. Boy, I tell you what, them girls they were precious. I tell you funny story about the old shop right quick.
Okay.
I had a 2x6 in the corner of the wall, was in the door frame. So I measured all my kids growing up, their height.
Right.
And then I had a table to the side, and every time the kids would come in the shop, whether it was nieces, nephew, or my kids, they would always write something on it. Always writing something on them tables. So when I sold the house and the old shop back in 21, I took that 2x6 out of that door frame and brought it to the new shop.
No
How about
kidding.
that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some things like that you can't leave behind. You got to keep them. You know what
That's
I mean?
right. It's a keepsake. Oh yeah, no
Yeah.
You'll
doubt.
never replace something like that.
Oh
No,
no.
No. Yeah. I you know, it's,
that's good stuff.
I think we got a lot of memories with our kids coming up and you know, and being in this stuff and hunting and fishing. I mean, I know you have, and I mean
Oh yeah.
for years. I mean, I've known you a long time, Doug. You know, I think I was bringing deer to you when you first got started.
Yeah, I think somebody asked me today when they called me, you know, who you were, and I said, man, I said Doug and his dad, but Brandon was a little bitty thing back then. I said, but Doug and his dad, Dan, was some of the first customers that I had when I started taxidermy.
Yeah, and I guess they probably met you through Brian Meadows, right?
Yeah, they met through Clem. That's right.
Yeah,
That's
Met
right.
them through Clem.
Oh, Clem, yeah.
Yeah.
Buddy,
I mean, I
Buddy's
think we,
restaurant.
yeah, Buddy's Restaurant. Now,
I was
you know,
talking. I was talking the other day to my cousin. My cousin works for Heard County Water Department now, and I was saying something about Buddy's Restaurant the other day, and he said they're doing something with it over there. I forget what he said they're doing, but they still somebody bought the property. They're doing something with it. I don't know what's going on, but where Buddy's used to sit. But I was just talking about that last weekend.
Yeah, that was the happening place. It's still a vacant lot right now.
Yeah,
they're parking some bucket trucks right there right now for some tree crews. But other than that,
yeah. I think he told me somebody had bought it. They were because he works for the water department, and they were doing some surveying and trying to figure out how to get water there for whatever it was. You know, I don't know exactly what it is. They're gonna build something there soon.
It's a perfect location, that's for sure.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, talking about all the deer you've done. I mean, you done 3 or 4 for me and 3 or 4 for Daddy, and you know, I probably 4 or 5 for Brandon because he kills more deer than we do. But
there's at least 4. Yeah, there's at least 4 of them he's done.
Yeah. And I've never been disappointed. I'll tell you right up front. I mean, you do quality work, man.
I sure appreciate it.
You are the standard that I judge by, and I did have somebody do one of my heads, and I won't mention his name. He did a really good job with it. But you know, we had a problem with a hide, and but he turned around and made a good bound out of it, even though it wasn't my hide. So I don't hold it against him because I know what happened.
Right.
And, but that's the only deer I ever took anywhere else. And probably won't happen again, but because I mean, I know the way down there to Franklin. I know how to get down there.
It ain't that
I've only
far.
been coming down there for 35 years. I know how to get down there.
There
When
you
I
go.
killed my last with that double throat patch up, somebody asked me, "Who's gonna mount it for you?" I said, "There ain't but one person gonna mount my deer."
I
Yeah,
sure
that's
appreciate it.
right. That's where they go. I mean, that's where they go.
I
Yeah.
sure appreciate it, no doubt.
It's always been like that pretty much. So
No, I
appreciate
mean,
the
not
work.
only taxidermy, she's my friend, and
Yeah.
it's almost like, I don't know, kind of like kin. I don't know, because I've
Yeah.
been around you so long, but it's hard to claim you. But you know, we got pretty close over the years, you know, knowing each other and being around each other down in Heard County a lot. And you know, we hunted around each other down there, and I always thought the world of you. And I'm just glad and honored to have you on this show tonight.
Man, I sure appreciate it.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you what, I think you've done some taxidermy for some names, ain't you?
Yeah, I've been blessed. Going back through the years, I've got to know some good folks and got in line with them and been able to do some some work for a bunch of people. I did a turkey for Ryan Newman, and on my phone, folks don't believe me sometimes. You know, they think I'm shooting a bull, but
Yeah.
Michael Pitts, which Pitts is working for Realtree now, but I did a lot of work for Pitts back in the day, and they was turkey hunting together in Tennessee, and Newman said he wanted a turkey mounted, and they killed a bird, and Pitts said, just give me that bird and I'll take it with me. And Newman said, okay, well, you know, give the guy my phone number, give him the call, and whatever. So I mounted a bird for Newman, and when I took the bird to it, when I was telling him, you know, it was ready and all that good stuff, he said, well, can you bring it to Talladega? I said, well, I don't see why it'd be no problem. You know, I can be in Talladega an hour from the house. And
Yeah.
he said, when you get here, just go to this place and they'll have you tickets and blah, blah, blah. So, of course, we went over there, got them tickets. And you know where we sit at that day at the race? On the pit box.
Nice.
On the pit box. Now, that's when he was driving the 31 car for Richard Childress.
Yeah.
Right.
When Caterpillar was his sponsor. That's when I still followed racing. But, man, that was a treat, let me tell you.
That is cool.
That was a treat. And I did a turkey from out of Newman. I did a turkey for Dale Jr.'s brother-in-law, Kelly's husband.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did a turkey for him. I do all kind of stuff for Foxworthy and Jeff Foxworthy and his group down there, Glenn Garner. I've mounted Bukudas of deer for Glenn and his son Grayson. Jeff, of course, Jeff's brother Jay, Ned Yost. Ned's a great customer.
Really?
Yes. Ned's a great customer.
How
Ned
about that?
He picked up a deer last summer that he killed. So that'd have been the fall of 24. It was the fall of 24. He killed a pretty 10-pointer with his bow and on his own place and brought it over here to me. We done him up.
Ned Yost. How about that?
Yep. Ned. And then I tell you another one. Brian Schnicker, that was the manager for the Braves.
Yeah.
His son Troy. I've done several deer for his son Troy also. I've done work for all three of the guys at Bone Collector. I've done a buku of stuff for Waddell, T-Bone, and out of all three of them, I've probably mounted 25 to 30 specimens for Nick Munt through the years.
Dang.
Yep. I do all kind of elk for David Blanton.
Mm-hmm.
I've never done anything for Bill, but I've done stuff for Michael Pitts. Michael works down there with him now. So I've been blessed through the years to be able to meet some folks out in the outdoors and
that's pretty cool.
Pass that time.
So out of all, we asked somebody this a while back, or we were talking about it. So you've met some names, hunting celebrities, if you want to call it that. You know, however you look at it. Which who you think's the most real deer hunter? Just a regular old good old boy like me, you and Daddy. Who you think's the most real deer hunter out of that group that you've met? I'm not to put you on the spot, but you know.
I'm gonna say a hunter wise, like just a natural born killer.
Yeah.
That somebody can just go out there and get it done.
Yeah.
That's gonna be Nick Munt.
Nick Munt.
Really?
Nick Munt is a killer, son. I'm telling you, he can kill them. Whether it's especially in big game. Now, if I had my chance to go sit down in the woods and hunt with somebody, I would love to go turkey hunt with Waddy one time.
Yeah.
Just to learn. Not that I can't kill them myself. No, that's no problem. But just to go in there and be able to learn from somebody that has the same passion as I do, that has the knowledge of a vocabulary of a bird like Waddell does.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Turkey hunting by far Waddy, but killing wise, Nick Munt. Nick Munt is a killer.
Interesting. So I was going to ask you this tonight too. You know, we talk about, you know, you obviously we're focusing on your taxidermy a little bit tonight. You know, you're a taxidermist and all this, but you and your boy put the hurting on some turkeys too. So I've heard what I've experienced and a little bit of turkey hunting that I've done over the past several years. I hadn't really had a chance to do a whole lot. Just don't have the place to go. But turkey hunting's been pretty tough in Georgia for a while. But y'all seem to have some pinned up over here. What's your secret?
Well, I'll give you a little flashback. Zach started hunting when he was 7 years old. Deer hunting, that is, and he did start turkey hunting a little bit then, but he never did carry a shotgun until he was 9. and he killed his first turkeys when he was 9. It's just a special time of year. You know, when he was younger, he would deer hunt, but now since he's gotten older, you know, he just loves to duck hunt, so he doesn't do too much deer hunting. He does a lot of duck hunting.
Yeah.
But that turkey season is just a time that me and him both are on the same page. He's hunted with me since he was little, so he knows how I think. He knows what I expect. He knows what to do when a bird's working. He knows what to do when the birds are not working. We don't kill if we've got 7 or 8 longbeards that have showed up during the fall of the year, and if we're able to keep 2 or 3, we don't usually kill but 1 at the most 2 off of our places. We jump around. That way, you know, we don't pressure them none.
Yep.
Hardly any, and that way, them birds keep coming back. Yes, we have a downfall of turkeys in the state of Georgia. No, that's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
But, you know, we like to travel. So we got one more bird. We got to kill our Osceola, and then we'll have our Grand Slam. We just like to travel. That's something we enjoy doing together, hunting, turkey hunting. So he's my tag along, and we just got back home from Maine Saturday morning. We hunted last week, Thursday and Friday, and killed 2 doubles. So we killed 2 on Friday morning, and then we killed 2. I mean, Thursday morning, and we killed 2 on Friday afternoon.
I seen them pictures. I didn't know you was in Maine though.
Yeah, yes, we was in Maine. Maine doesn't go out until first weekend in June.
Huh. Dang.
So
their weather's a little bit behind us, ain't it? I mean,
yeah, their weather's a lot behind ours. Yes, They still had hens. Some of them birds still had hens with them. Some of them didn't.
Right. It's still spring.
It's still spring. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But he's taken a knack to it. Done got to be a pretty good caller, which I still do a lot of calling because I just like to call him. But he can hold his own. I can give you that. He can hold his own. If somebody said, "Hey, you know, can you go turkey hunting with me and call a bird?" I said, "Well, if you got birds, we'll go." I said, "But if I can't go, he'll go and he can handle the business."
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you teach them from a young age.
Well, the Bible says you raise up a child in the way he should go, and he'll never depart from it. So,
amen.
You know, you've got if you can't stick by the word in regular life, there's something the matter.
That's right. That is true. That is true. So, are you done turkey hunting for the year? You're not going back no more?
Yeah, we're done. Yeah, we're done. We got since that was our last trip of the year. So next year, I think we're going to go ahead and knock that out in Florida the 1st of March, and then we may take another trip back to Maine. Who knows? But it'll be late. But we definitely want to go back to Kansas.
Right. You kind of let our turkey season get over with before you travel out.
Well, this year we didn't. We traveled to Illinois this year. I think it was around the 24th, 25th of April. We went up there for a couple of days and hunted, and Zach killed one up there. So we actually, if it opens up, you know, let me get my first 2 weekends here taken care of, because a lot of times we can get a bird killed by then.
Right.
Most of the time anyway. And then we can go to traveling.
Do you think our turkeys are tougher than them birds?
It's a proven fact. And and it's just not me, but I've got a great buddy of mine that lives over Roanoke, over in Wedowee,
right,
Alabama over there, Coach Ron Waters. Been killing turkeys for I don't know how long, probably 55, 60 years. I don't know, a long time.
Yeah.
But he's always told me, and it's proven, if you can kill a turkey in Georgia and Alabama, you can kill a turkey anywhere in the United States.
Yeah, he don't just roll over. I can tell you right now. Yeah. I mean, I've killed some turkeys, and ain't none of them come super easy.
No.
I've had some that committed suicide. They just walked out there and, just come running in there like they didn't have no sense.
Yeah.
But
more than not, it's been tough, man. I'm telling you right now.
Very, very. And see what made it even tougher to me, it was when they cut them first 10 days out of the season.
Yeah.
Birds are henned up come when it's time to start turkey hunting here now.
Yep.
And they ain't saying
that messes it up. That messes it up too.
I killed 2 longbeards this spring. I killed one on the 9th of April and one on the 7th of May. Both of them in the afternoon, and I did not hear neither one of them turkeys gobble.
Never made a peep.
Never said a peep. All I heard was spitting and drumming when they come in.
So we had I had or have a place. The only place that I have permission to turkey hunt is a little lease that I can go on in Troop County, on the Troop Meriwether line. They just cut the trees. They just cut it. A pine beetle problem. Anyway, the guy that hunts the property that borders it, I run into him when I was turkey hunting one morning, me and my boy, and he said turkeys just don't gobble around there. Now you can hear 85 a little bit in the background, kind of work because how it's set up or whatever. So you can hear a little bit of road noise in the background, but he swears up and down. He's been turkey hunting there for years. He said turkeys don't gobble, and the guy that deer hunts it, he's got turkeys all the time on trail cameras and his food plots and all that, but can't nobody around there kill them.
Yeah.
And I don't know exactly what it is. I mean, I went in there silent one morning. I didn't even take a turkey call with me, and just sat there to see what would happen. Nothing. You know what I mean? And it's, kind of where, and you can get in there pretty easily, kind of where the birds are roosting. You're not going to blow right through them. You know what I mean? And it's extremely tough. And I don't know if it's maybe has something to do with numbers, because it's not like you're seeing, this place in Georgia. I know it's this track's only 100 acres, but there's another 100 that joins in another 100 over here, so there's a bunch of woods and pastures around there. So there should be some birds there, but you're not seeing 15, 25, 30 turkeys at a time like we do in Kentucky. You know what I mean?
No.
Me and my son was deer hunting last year, and there was 7 or 8 gobblers, just long-bearded, son, come right by us. We're sitting in a deer blind. I could have bow killed them. And it's like, you just don't see that here.
Not no more.
No,
I don't know what they're going to do, but I don't know what the state will do about it. I mean, it wouldn't hurt my feelings if they cut it down to one bird. I mean, they cut it down to one bird and open that week back up. I'd be happy, but I don't make them calls, but I'm like you. I did hear a bunch of birds gobble on the limb this time, but as far as once they hit the ground, and you don't see that. You talking about numbers, used to around here, you would see 10, 12, 15 hens with 2 long beards, 3 long beards out there, sitting with them, whatever, in pastures. You don't see that no more. You don't even see hens hardly in the field no more.
No. I quit seeing that. Not too long after I let my lease go down there in Heard County. Because like you said, we used to see them out in the pasture, and they'd be 7, 8, 10 hens out there, and they'd be 2 long beards with them. You'd have a strutter, then you'd have that other bird over there, what I call a guard bird, but it's just a satellite bird that's with him, and they, all the time. And you might see 2 different flocks in that same pasture like that. It's crazy. But I killed a lot of turkeys down there. I was blessed to have that place, and
that was such a good place at one time.
But it got terrible, man, and it. I mean, it got terrible. I mean, I'd kill, back when you could kill 3 gobblers.
Right.
I'd kill 2, sometimes 3 a year. And it got down to where I was doing all I could do to kill 1. And it just got bad. I mean, I thought maybe we're annihilating them, but I know I wasn't putting no hurt on them. I mean, we had more birds than that. I've seen them.
Right.
But it got kind of crazy. But I mean, you mounted the, one of the best birds I ever killed was that double bearded bird that you in full strut that you mounted. That might have been one of the first turkeys that you did.
Probably was.
Or somewhere close to it anyway.
Probably was.
That was a long time ago when you had that one mounted.
That mount still looks good, son.
It does. It does still look good.
Pretty. But yeah, that's one of the best birds I ever took. I mean, I killed that double bearded gobbler, and I killed him in the middle of the daytime. I mean, it was 12 o'clock on the last day of the season. Yep. And I was sitting up there, and I called him, and I heard him gobble 300 yards away. I thought, there ain't no way he's coming. I cut about 50 yards off that trip, and I hit again, and he called again, and I just sit down. And the next time he gobbled, he was halfway to me.
Yep.
And then the next thing I know, he's in my lap.
That's when you like it, when they work like they're supposed to work.
Yeah, I was one of them crazy birds. He just didn't want to be around anymore.
He was love sick and lonesome.
That's it. Yep. That sure was.
He was lonesome, ornery, and mean.
That's right. Hey, Priscilla, good to see you on here. But I mean, the turkey hunting, a lot of fun, man.
It is.
I enjoy it. I don't do it much anymore. I mean, we can go to Kentucky and hunt them. It's a long way to go hunt birds, but I don't know how hard them birds are to kill up there because I ain't never killed one in Kentucky.
The biggest bird I ever killed, I guided for a guy that had a bunch of lease ground in Christian County.
Yeah.
Probably, I don't know, from about 2006, 7 up to about 2012, 13, something like that.
Yeah.
And me and the guy that I went up there with, I killed a bird up there. That my best bird ever was. He weighed 25 3/4 pounds. Had 11 3/4 inch beard. Had 1.5 inch spurs.
Whew,
and he's hanging up my wall in the shop. I mean, at work in my office. He was a man.
Yep.
He was a man.
That was a real limb hanger, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was a hoss.
Mm-hmm.
He was.
You don't see many like that.
No. He was a big one.
Yeah,
he was a big one.
So, I guess Brandon had some questions about, you know, when you first started hunting and stuff. I think he wanted to talk to you about. And
yeah, we ask everybody that. That's something that I think's cool anyway. You know, it's kind of hearing how people got started. So you said earlier, you know, you grew up in Heard County, either hunt or fish, or that's really about it to do in Heard County, or eat barbecue shack over there. I mean,
there you go.
You know, that's about it. So who got you started, and what's your best first memory of hunting and fishing?
I got two. I'll tell you my first memory of deer hunting, and I'm gonna tell you my first kill. My daddy had a brother, an older brother by a year, that as long as I can remember, he was a deer hunter. I mean, he hunted and hunted and hunted, and he had some deer on his wall. And I mean, I'm talking, I was 3, 4, 5 years old, and we'd go up there to see up land deer or whatever. And I was always just in awe. He had 2 or 3 mounted, you know, like I said, and I was always in awe of just deer. Well, he bought me a red set of coveralls one year for Christmas. And he gave them to me. Well, Daddy said that, you know, he'd take me deer hunting, which my daddy was never a big hunter. Now, Daddy did hunt when he could, or when I begged him to. But the first memory of a deer in the woods, I was probably, I don't know, 8, 10 years old, maybe. And you know where Mom and Daddy used to live, down below my old house.
Oh, yeah.
Right across the road there, before they cut that timber in 1990. That was some of the prettiest long leaf pines. And then it rolled over into some hardwoods, and it rode all the way down to the hill of Hatch Creek. Well, there was a swamp bottom down there on that hill about Hatch Creek. Well, back then, you know, you could only kill does. Back then it was the 30th, the 31st of December, and then, you know, January 1st when it went out.
That's right.
So we went over there, and it was, I can't remember, it was that last Saturday of deer season, whatever it was. My daddy had I remember it like it was yesterday. My daddy had a Model 1100 shotgun, 12 gauge. And we went over and sat on the ground on the edge of that beaver swamp. And I guess we'd had I can't remember exactly if we had a bumper acre crop or not. You know, that's something I didn't care too much about then. But there was a big deer trail around that swamp. Well, we went over there that afternoon, and I sit down my daddy very seldom hunted out of a tree. We always sat on the ground. So I had went to sleep. Well, I don't know how long I slept, but I woke up, and Daddy said, "You be real still." And he said, "Why?" He said, "Look right there in front of you." Well, here comes this big old doe by herself walking up there to us. And man, I was shaking probably worse than Daddy was, if Daddy was even shaking. And I didn't even have a gun. Well, he ended up shooting that deer and killing her. And that's what set a fire in me as far as deer hunting. You know, and back then I can remember going over there after that, you know, squirrel hunting or whatever. And where we go?
There you go. You back?
Hey, you're back.
Yeah, you'd find Paul places over as big as the hood of a Chevrolet truck back then. You know, big old rugs, whatever. But Daddy bought me my first rifle.
There goes Daddy now.
Yeah, your daddy went off in.
Yeah, it's my turn
Right,
next.
there he is. Yeah.
Daddy, I think it's the program doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daddy bought me my first rifle in 83.
Yeah.
Yeah, 83. Because I was 11. So he bought me 30-30 rifle. So I killed my first deer with it in 1986. And crazy thing is, the property that I killed that deer on, it was opening weekend. That was back when gun season came in on the last Saturday of October.
Yep.
That's a long, long time ago, 86. I actually killed it down the road here from where I live now. So, things just in life come to full circle sometimes. And there was actually, I think, 7 or 8 of us killed our first deer off at that little farm down there that's now has got houses and stuff on it. But man, that was a good place. But that's where I killed my first one.
No kid.
That's pretty cool. You talking about hunting on the ground and stuff? Who you hunted with? Y'all just always hunted on the ground. That deer right there, killed him on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
My son killed his first buck in the exact place on the ground where I was sitting when I killed that deer right there. So that was a pretty cool moment that I was able. You talking about coming full circle? At the time that was my biggest buck or whatever, and then I was able to bring my son there, and he shot his first deer ever, first buck, nice little buck, and shot it right there in the same spot.
Can't beat that with a stick.
No, he got spoiled.
He did. He's runt.
He started hunting in Kentucky with us.
That was him. He commented a while ago. "What's up, buddy? I miss you here tonight. I know you're probably watching."
Baseball kid. He's on here listening.
Yeah, he's on here listening. So,
but yeah, he got spoiled. He went up there and got to see some of them good deer. And
oh yeah,
he don't know what it's like to have to sit like we've had to sit down here in Georgia.
No.
And hope for a shooter.
Hope for a deer.
Yeah.
Hope for a deer.
Oh
sometimes it was like that. You just hope for a deer. I remember plenty of times. I remember the first time we ever hunted out of state. When I went up there on like a paid hunt, and I was like, that first time, that first morning, I seen more deer than I seen a whole season. I didn't even know what to think. And it was weird. It was really weird. We talk about that a lot, but it is such a different atmosphere when you break away and start hunting other places and stuff like that. I mean, makes you appreciate it when you have struggle.
I got more fond memories of hunting in Heard County than I do anywhere else in this state.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love that place down there. I love the people. The people. It's just like, you know how it was. It ain't quite like it used to be. But I mean, they still some of the same folks are still down there.
Right.
But I remember going down there and being treated like family. Everybody knew everybody down there,
That's
know,
right.
and it was crazy. I mean, I got to meet a lot of people down there and create some good friendships. I mean, from people and the Lane family, they were like family to me. I loved them both, Bob and Carolyn. I hunted on their farm for a bunch of years, and
my son's middle name is Lane for that reason.
I heard that.
Yeah, those people were good to me. They treated us like family. I mean, it. Just being down there in that area, I don't have to tell you. You grew up down there. I didn't grow up down there. I grew up right here where I'm at in P-Town over here, and but I knew a lot of your family that lived up here too.
Yep.
And grew up with them, and found out later on after meeting you that you had family up here, and I didn't even know it.
Yep.
But it's kind of crazy because Heard County almost was like my second home. I just needed a mailbox down there. That's all I needed. Because we stayed down there a lot, and Clem was down there, and of course he was from here.
Right.
Me and that joker used to coon hunt 4 nights a week. We drug Brennan all over the woods during the week at school nights, coon hunting. And he ran off down there and met Katie, and, he stayed down there all the time. And if I was going to hunt with him, I had to follow him. So I went to with buddies, And
That's right.
That's how it all begun down there in Heard County. But but yeah, man, I down there where you're at. I mean, you moved now from where you lived for a good while there.
Yeah, my whole life actually.
Yeah, and that's a nice. I like that place over there where you moved at. That's nice over there, man.
It's nice.
Yeah. I hadn't been to the new spot. How far are you from your other house?
About 3 miles.
3 miles.
Yeah, because it's a mile and a half from the house here back to Franklin.
Okay.
Exactly.
So it's closer to Franklin than your other house, then?
Not to the city. Well, I don't know. City limits. It might be a little closer here to the city limits, but to town, it's probably about the same.
Yeah.
About the same.
Okay.
It's probably
so. You got any funny stories and you think of that happened during your hunting career or some of your taxidermy career? I mean, some funny stuff. I know you have.
Well,
Yeah.
I got one that this has been 2 years ago actually. I was hunting in Illinois. The guy that I hunt with up there, probably one of the best friends that I think I could ever have asked for. That it was a godsend when me and him met, and we've just remained real close through the years. And this fall will be 25 years we've been hunting together. But there's a farm up there I get to hunt and hunt it for, I don't know. I think we started hunting that farm in about 2004, maybe 2003, 2004. So, I mean, it's nothing new. Still hunt the same. It's actually about the same trees, but there's a creek that runs through it. And it's got real steep banks. But you know, up there, the deer up there, it doesn't make no difference what the banks do. They're going to climb them anyway.
Nope.
That's
But
true.
anyhow, it's usually dry, and I mean bone dry. Well, there used to be a big oak tree that had fell over the creek. Well, I'd always walk the oak tree, get over on the other side, and go up there and hunt my stand. Well, about 3 years ago, I don't know if the tree got cut out of there, moved out of there, whatever, but the tree was gone. Well, they had a bunch of rain, and I told Peanut, I said, you know, how am I going to get over there? He said, we'll figure something out. So this is funny. So we went over there one evening, and I'm talking about that daggum creek done got swelling.
Yeah.
And
It was a river.
It done got to rolling. We had some rain. So we took us about a 16-foot extension ladder over there. And we laid that son of a gun across that creek. And he don't weigh $140 soaking wet with clothes on.
Right.
He just boogies right over there. Well, then this big old lard tail of mine, you know, he said, come on, Junior, come on.
Right.
I said, just wait a minute. So I got my bow in one hand. I've got my fanny pack and all is on a backpack. It's sort of like a backpack, but it's a fanny pack. I got it on my back. And so it's got my thicker clothes on it because, you know, I had to walk in.
Yeah.
So and we got it right up against the side of a willow tree. So I start across that sucker and I get halfway. And his exact words, he says, you going to walk across that thing and your big ASS is going to fall right in that creek. Dude, I get to the middle of it, and this is no lie. I had to grab a hold to that daggum willow tree limb. I done broke the ladder.
It snapped.
It broke in half.
Was it an aluminum ladder or a wooden ladder?
It was a aluminum extension ladder.
Oh.
And where it had come together, I don't know if it didn't lock or what, but it folded.
Yeah.
And he laid over there on the ground, and he got his camera. I've got it on my phone, the video of it. And he said, I told you, and you could hear him in the background, I told you was going to break that ladder. Da, 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 da. And we just laughed and laughed and laughed. Of course, I went and got in the tree after that. Of course I did. But
yeah,
I was like, I ain't going to see no deer after we done got over here and making a racket like that. But I mean, I seen some deer, but we had a blast. We've done some crazy, me and him's done some crazy stuff. I mean, his wife, talking about another thing crazy, and then we'll get back to taxidermy. His wife had this old beater car, little old 4-door sedan car, and they was going to take it to the junkyard. And I was talking to him prior to me going up there. I said, hey, don't let her take that car to the junkyard and sell it yet. He said, why? I said, because we need to jump that thing. Look,
you got to have some fun with it.
Yeah. So when you pull in their driveway, the big barn's gone now, but it was a big barn and then a small barn, and behind the barns was grain silos. Well, there was a terrace behind the barn right there at the edge of the bean field. He said, where we going to jump at? I said, right out yonder. He said, you think we can do it? I said, we're going to try. So we got in that car and we got up there. They call it the hard road. We got up there on the blacktop, and we come down his road right in front of his house and slung it up in his driveway, and he floored that sucker. Dude, we went airborne in that bean field. The whole front end of the car stuck down in the ground. I mean, we drug beans and everything else out through there half the way out through the field, and boy, we just had a good old time with that.
Hey, it's, you know, I've done some stuff like that, and I tell you what, it's never as fun as you think it's gonna be.
No.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like you can laugh about it later. Usually, obviously, we're live now, right? So you can laugh about it now, but
That's right.
in the moment, it's never as fun as you think it's gonna be when
That's
you do
right.
something like that because it
That's right.
hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hurts. And I tell you what, y'all Bo Duked it, didn't you?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I hollered yeehaw out the window while she was filming it. That's for
Oh,
sure.
that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done some crazy things through the years.
So while we get back on the taxidermy thing, I think I'm gonna just mention the elephant in the room and talk about the price of taxidermy these days and why it's got so high, which I'm gonna ask you that question. I think I know the answer. But explain that. I mean, and I know it's been 30 years since the first one we had mounted, and I know what it cost then compared to what it is now. I mean,
Right.
everything's high,
Right.
you know.
Well, of course, the quality of work that you pay for nowadays, you know, a lot of times outweighs the bad, of course.
Oh yeah.
But I look back on some of my old receipts from 2016. So you're talking 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I could buy a deer form back then for $54. That's before shipping. That's just ordering it straight out before shipping ever got here.
Right.
Now, $94 just for the form. Now, you ain't threw no glue. You ain't tanned no skin. You ain't put no eyes in him. You ain't done nothing else. That is just strictly the deer form itself.
Right.
So you throw that in there. Then you throw the shipping on top of it. And of course, I can't mention the name of the supply company because I wouldn't want no legal issues. But there's different supply companies that you can use now that still make great material, for us to use. That the shipping is not as high.
Right.
And that's, of course, that's what I do anyway. But and then it's an artist's work.
Oh,
You pay an artist what he's worth. I've always said that, since I do it part-time, it's different for a full-time guy than it is a part-time guy. I'm not going to pay myself any less than I make it work.
Right.
I'm not, I just don't think it would be feasible for me to take my time from my family, from the things that I like to do to work and not get paid for it. That's one reason why I have never went full time, is because I believe in quality over quantity.
Yeah.
Why would I want to mount 100 deer at, let's say, $500 a piece, where I could mount 30 deer at $800 a piece and make nearly about the same amount of money? You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So it sort of balances itself out. But that part that in itself has increased the shipping, the material, and all that stuff. I mean, liquid tan now. When I used to start, you could buy a gallon of liquid tan for $30. Now it's almost $80. So I mean, everything has went up. So as of anything, when you buy something, who is going to be the one that's going to, have to pay that part of it, and that's going to be the customer itself.
Yeah.
But that's the main reason, is material, and then plus people that have been in taxidermy a long time that can do taxidermy. I ain't talking about somebody that can just mount a deer head, because nowadays you can go on there, you can send your skin to a tannery. You can send your skin green to a tannery. They'll turn it, flesh it, and tan it, send it back to you. All you got to do is measure it. You can order the form, ear liners, and eyes.
Yeah.
And any Joe Blow can watch YouTube videos and mount a deer head. Now
you're
what
gonna get quality? That's another story.
Now, when you want the quality, where's it going to go? You going to do the guy that's been doing it for 25 years, or you going to take somebody that's been doing it for a month and a half?
Right.
That's the difference in taxidermy. Now, and taxidermist has caught on through the years, somebody that's a true taxidermist that can take that skin from when it comes out of the field, lays on that table, and then do the whole 9 yards until you come pick it up off the wall. That's a rare breed nowadays.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And it makes a difference. I know, I've seen it. I know the difference in one that's been put together like you said, and then when it's been put with quality and with talent, you can see it. And mounts, it's just like I've got some mounts now that absolutely don't look any different than they do the day I picked them up from you.
Right.
And that's quality.
Yeah.
Because I've seen people with deer that they've took to other places, and I won't mention any names, but they didn't pay half as much money, but they ended up getting poor quality and their deer falling apart. You know,
this mount right here, 14 years old. Doug Stevens did that mount right there, and it looks other than the hide, probably a little natural fading on the hide, looks great.
Yeah.
There's no issues with it. I killed that deer in 2012.
Good gracious alive.
You know who that is commenting over there, Douglas?
Yeah, that's my daughter.
I thought so. Yeah, I chimed in on you over here.
Yeah,
we fixed to find out the truth now about
she
Doug.
She over making fun of you, probably.
Yeah.
No, they know better than that.
We fixed to get the truth now.
They know that taxidermy bread and butter them for many, many years.
I'm sure.
I know it has. I know it has. I tell you, I know. I've seen. I've walked into your shop and seen the deer heads hanging in there.
Yeah.
And, I only got these 2 in the house now. I got, let's see, how many's in the shop? I think I got 6 in there now of mine.
Yeah.
I got 6, 7, including that first one I ever done. He's in the back room, but there's 6 in there on the shop wall, and then there's 2 in here in the house.
Right. Yeah, y'all do some damage up there in Illinois.
Yeah.
Y'all do some damage in Georgia too.
I've been blessed. I've been blessed.
Yeah, y'all got to find a place to hunt here. I mean, you hunt.
He went blank again on us there, Brandon.
He did. He'll be back. He'll be back in a minute, maybe. We're still up. So there he is.
There he is.
We all went down. It's a system doing something crazy.
Yeah.
Priscilla wants to know, does your daughters hunt with you?
One of them does. The one that just commented a while ago, yes, she does. Yes, she does. Hannah actually killed a deer that I was trying to kill the whole year one year. It's back, I think it may have been the first year that we went over, into January.
Right.
I had a little piece in Troop County, had 2 big 10-pointers on it. One of them never did. He quit showing up. And then the other 10-pointer, she ended up killing him on the last weekend of the season.
They'll do that to you.
By herself. She was down there hunting by herself.
No kid.
Yeah. So Priscilla, Doug, just so you know, that's my cousin. That's Dad's sister's daughter. She's a deer killing machine too. She loves hunting. She hunts with us.
Yeah, she'll shoot one in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, that daughter of mine will too. I mean, she'll lay fire to one.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like to see them women get out there in the outdoors and hunt.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of them that'll do it, but the ones that do, they seem to enjoy it, and they seem to be pretty good at it too.
Yeah, you see it. You see more of it nowadays. I mean, it's starting to be. You see it on social media anyway.
Oh yeah,
but you don't know who's really out there doing it. But
yeah,
you see
I don't
some
want
more.
Priscilla. I don't want Priscilla in my stand. I don't want Priscilla hunting out of my stand.
Nah, she's a real deal. Yeah. She's for real. But that's pretty cool.
That it's fun to watch them kids do. But that's all my kids ever knew, because Daddy hunted and I hunted and fished all the time. They fished with me, they hunted with me, and they didn't ever pick up taxidermy. And in a way, I probably wish they would have, but in another way, I'm glad they didn't. There's just because it's a time consuming job. It's very time consuming.
Yeah, and you got to do it when you don't want to.
Yep, you got to do it sometimes when you don't want to. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and I know that you've got your taxidermy business going in such a way that you could control it.
Yes.
And that way you can have some free time
to
have a life.
Yes.
Because you work full time. I mean,
that's
work.
Right. Yes, I got a career.
You work
Georgia
for
Power.
Georgia Power. That's right.
Yeah, I've been with Georgia Power for 27. This is my 27th year. So and been doing taxidermy for 28. So they run right in our neck and neck together. Now, when I retire, I'm going to pick the work up a little bit more. Still not going to be the cheapest guy around. I will not go down in the price, but
I don't blame you.
But I'm going to pick a few more numbers up. That way, that'll just help supplement that income through the years. But
Yeah.
It's been good to me. I mean, it is good to me.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, Priscilla said that's where it's at. Getting the kids in the outdoors ain't nothing better.
No,
Yeah.
no. And see, I got my grandson, Zach's oldest boy. He was actually in the. I built me and him a shooting house this year, and I told him, I said, "That's mine and your shooting house, regardless." And we shot a big old doe the last Saturday of deer season this year together. And
Nice.
yeah, and he's done told me 10 times since then, hey, because I'm not a pawpaw, I'm not a grandpa, nothing like that. My name is Hey Boy.
Hey boy.
Hey,
Yes.
boy.
Hey
Mhm.
boy. So I'm a hey boy. So he said, "Hey boy, I want to kill deer this fall." I said, "Okay, this summer we're gonna get Daddy's 22 rifle out, and we're gonna shoot that 22 till we can hit a snuff can at 50 yards consistently." And I said, "And then we're gonna go kill a deer."
Yep.
That's it. That's it.
There you go.
Yep.
There
Yeah, and
you
it
go.
probably
Hey, I
wants
tell you
that
what.
first.
I tell you how I did my boy. We did the same thing. Pellet rifle, backyard, a little 22, 410 to give him a little pop. Send him straight to the 30-06, and
Oh my goodness.
he
Thank you.
never flinched. 7 years old, never flinched.
You broke your man right there.
Yeah. And he's never shot nothing less than a 30-06 at a deer. So I broke him in good with it.
Mm.
Yeah, he graduated.
He did. He went from a pellet rifle to an alt-6.
No, that joker got he got a doctorate degree real quick.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a
I
fast
bet
track.
he don't say anything about it, but I bet he felt that.
Yeah.
He
went
might.
from, hey,
He
look,
might have.
he went from pre-K to doctorate. He didn't
Yeah.
go to grammar school. He didn't go to high school. He went straight through college and then got a doctorate degree.
Nope.
Yeah, he did. I'm telling you right
No.
now, I wasn't shooting one that big when I was that age.
No,
I wasn't fixing to buy no rifle that I was gonna have to sell in a year or two. So I said, you're gonna have to shoot this gun right here.
I heard
Figure
that.
something out. So
I heard that.
The daddy
It
can't
worked.
afford no high dollar guns.
Nah, it
No.
worked. It worked out.
No.
It was a whole lot different back years ago when I come along.
Oh, no doubt.
I'm sure.
That was way back when Moby Dick was a minnow right there.
Shoot.
I didn't have nobody to hunt with. And my daddy gave me an old single barrel shotgun, 12 gauge, kicked like a young mule. And I cut my teeth with that thing. I still got it in my safe. It ain't worth 50 cents. It's just shackled it in all the pieces. But that was just that's the only thing I had.
That's right.
Huh.
It worked. If it ain't broke, you didn't fix it.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, as
You
long
got
as
somebody on there. Who's that? Dalton Wiggins.
Yeah. Old Doug. Yeah.
Old Doug.
That's one of Zach's buddies.
Is it?
Yeah. He ain't got a lick of sense.
ain't none of us got a lick of sense either.
No,
so I can fit right in probably.
I wouldn't have it no other way.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I don't want nobody to accuse me of being smart.
No. No doubt. None at all.
Mm-mm.
None
No.
at all.
But yeah, I mean, you thinking when you thinking about retiring? Are you going to retire anytime soon or?
Well, I'll be 54 my birthday.
Yeah.
My goal, my original goal was to go at 55, but life changed.
Right.
So my goal now is 59 and a half. That way I don't take a hit in my pension.
Right.
And I could just do taxidermy, draw my pension, and then I'll start drawing my Social Security at 62 because I'm going to start drawing it as soon as I can start drawing it.
Yeah.
You know, who knows? Good little may call me home tomorrow. He may call me home tomorrow, and then all that I've worked for be in vain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Left to the wife and the kids and that kind of stuff.
Right.
But to be able to enjoy life a little bit and still enjoy taxidermy and still get to get up and go hunting, still get to get in the boat and go fishing, and that kind of stuff.
Right.
That's why I want to go as soon as I can go.
Yeah, I hear you. I wish I'd have planned a little bit better myself. I mean, I'm a wee bit older than you are, and I'll be 67 in October. But good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, it ain't gonna be long now.
Yeah.
I'm planning on retiring in January. January. I'll be 90.
Yeah.
It's about time for you to hang your tools up, ain't it?
Yeah, he turns 90. He's fixing to turn 90. You believe that, Douglas?
No, that's hard to believe.
I'm telling you. And you know what? He's still a deer killer. He's still getting out there and getting a deer stand. He getting in the boat with me, and we catching bass on Altoona. I mean, he can Carolina rig like anything. I mean, he can drag that rig and catch them fish.
Tell him even if he still does shoot a deer in the ear, he'll be all right.
That's correct.
Yeah. Right in the ear.
No blind deer though.
Hey,
I ain't heard nothing about no blind deer.
You want to tell him the story, Douglas? You want me to tell the story?
No, you go ahead, Doug. Tell the story.
Well, Brandon, I think your daddy was coming up to pick one of his deer up. I called and told him, I said, Doug, your deer's ready, da. He said, well, look, you going to be home tomorrow evening or whatever? I said, yeah, I'll be here. He said, well, me and daddy will come down there and pick it up. So that day rolled around. They come down there that evening. I think it was right there at dark or a little after. It was after hunting season. And I had just finished painting 5 or 6 deer. So they was up on the wall. Well, when I paint deer, I got this stuff that I put on their eyes. So when I get ready to clean them, I can just pull that stuff off of them. And, I don't have to sit there and work, clean. I just roll that stuff off, hit them with Windex, and they're ready to go. Well, I had done 3 or 4 of them, and I was just about to finish this last one, and I'd hung him back up on the wall. Well, I didn't clean one eye off. So it had that film over his eye. I mean, soon as your granddaddy walked in that daggum shop, Doug says, well, I see my deer over there. And your granddaddy said something to the nature of, well, H-E-double-L. You can't see that one right there because he's blind in one eye. And I said, good night of living. And we laid in that shop, and it has stuck to your granddaddy like glue. About the blind deer.
Yeah. We laughed so hard there's tears coming down. I mean, he was dead serious, wasn't he?
Oh yes, he was dead dog serious, and we was squalling. I mean, literally squalling in that night in the shop.
Hey, how many years ago was that, Doug?
That was
04.
Yeah, about 04.
No,
it wasn't.
24.
It had to be around.
It was that second one he killed in Kentucky. It wasn't that first big one.
It wasn't that great big one he killed in Kentucky.
That's probably like 08.
Yeah,
right around 08.
About that time.
Hey, he's still just as quick-witted now as he was then. You know what I mean? Like, he's still walk in a room and pick something out, you know what I mean, and mess with you about it. Like, same thing.
That was so funny, man. That was freaking hilarious. I'll never forget that as long as I live. That blind deer.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming on here, Chad. I see you commenting there if you're still on here. I'm glad you're enjoying the show. We got Priscilla down here say something. What's she say here? I see what she's done said. We remodeled the house and had that mount with a true blind eye. It was really cool looking.
True blind eye.
They actually make a blind eye now. Because so many people now are wanting. I don't recommend it, but a lot of people do, and I'm not going to knock what somebody else wants to hang on their wall. But a lot of people now, you're seeing a lot of deer getting killed nowadays with an eye punched out or
poked out.
Yeah. They actually make a blind eye for that side of a deer now.
Yeah, I don't want one of mine like that. If I get one with his eye poked out, I want a good eye put in there. I want him to see good again with both eyes.
Yeah, that is a cool feature for somebody that wanted. I can see that, but I want mine clean. If I want it mounted, I want it clean.
Yes.
Yeah, I do too. I want a clean mount. I wouldn't do that. But I've seen some. I know you've seen some pretty nasty stuff come in. I mean, when you get one that's shot all to pieces, it comes in there. I mean, that's a challenge, right? I mean,
well, it's like we was talking prior to the show starting. About capes and what you do when you customers' capes messed up. There's a lot of things that can go wrong, and the number one thing is field care.
Right.
The way somebody takes care of that deer in the field, from when they kill it to they get it on the truck and get it to the deer cooler, they get it home and get it skinned, whatever they do. That's the number one thing there, because as soon as that animal dies, bacteria starts growing in that skin.
Right.
And the faster that bacteria can grow, the quicker that hair can start slipping.
Right.
So I have got them in the shop, and they brought them in, and they've been bloody, just like bloody. But you know what? Once that sucker was washed and fleshed and cleaned and tanned, you would never know that deer come in a muddy mess, just bloody. But then I've had them also come in, be clean as a pin, and smell like yesterday's socks.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And so I know then, as soon as that bag opens up, or if he's not thawed, and when he thaws out from being frozen, I can go ahead and smell it. And I'm gonna call a customer up and say, hey, your cape's bad. I can get a cape. I may have a cape, this, that, and the other. I'm gonna try to make it right for them. But if that cape's bad before I put my hands on it, they'll be liable to, to have to buy another cape for it.
Yeah, and then you're gonna pick the phone up and you're gonna call that customer right then and tell him.
I'm gonna call him right then and say, hey, your stuff's bad.
So what's the biggest factor? I mean, obviously temperature. I mean, you got, if it's hot outside, you got to get that thing cooled off. But as long as you can keep the cape cool, if you can keep it dry. So is moisture a bigger factor than temperature?
Warm moisture.
Moist to me, water and blood on a deer cape don't mix.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care if it's cold. I don't care if it's hot. Neither one of them mix. Because that blood and that water start setting up. Oh, it's a no-no. Yeah. It makes a mess out of a deer. And I tell you another thing, and people don't think about this. Hanging them in the cooler.
Yeah.
And hanging them by their feet.
Yeah.
Where does all that blood go?
Straight down, buddy.
Straight down to their head. So then when you get that deer in, taxidermist does, his head is swelled up.
Right.
Probably two times bigger than he originally would be.
Yeah.
And when we go to skin them suckers out, there's nothing but jello on the inside of his head from all that blood is drained down out of his body cavity into his head. And it makes a mess.
Huh.
Is it hard to get a correct measurement on the head?
Not really, because you're just doing the eye to nose measurement. Then,
right? It's not.
It's all down in his cheeks and on the bridge of his nose, and
your other critical measurements is around the chest and all that, right?
Well, just
neck.
It's neck measurements, that you want.
Yeah.
But I got a way of how I do mine that I very seldom measure neck measurements anymore, and I measure that eye to nose. But I just through the years, you find out what works for you. And, it's worked for me all these years. And I'm a creature of habit. So I can't, I don't want to change how it goes, because I can just about tell you when I skin him off the head, what he's going to fit.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. So if you've got a hide, let's just say you've got a hide there and you order a form, and the form comes in and the hide's a little bit bigger than the form, will it adhere to it? Will that hide dry and form to that form?
I like to, when I get ready to measure my stuff, I do all my measurements pre-tan. A lot of people do it post-tan. I do all mine pre-tan. If I get one, and I knock on wood, I haven't had that, through the years. I have ordered one too big.
Right.
But yeah, I can modify one to make him bigger if I had to, or I can cut him down and make him smaller. Yeah, I can do that in 10 minutes.
Right.
So it's not a real big deal.
Yeah. I didn't know, because I wondered if that ever happened to you, where you got one and it wasn't quite right, or something with the hide, and once you tanned the hide, it was a little bit smaller or a little bit bigger than what you anticipated. Right. You could make it work where it comes out right.
Right. The neck wise, to me, doesn't really make a difference. It's does he fit in his shoulders?
Yes.
That's where you want it. That's where you want him to fit good, in his shoulders.
Right.
I can there's some deer that I can put on a 21 that's a 20. You know what I mean? Right. It's just you just know through the years that what'll fit what. Right. What time of the year that deer will fit what. It's just like if let's say for instance, somebody kills a big mature deer. I mean, a 5.5-year-old just a big deer, and kill him in January.
Yeah.
Well, he may not measure but a 19-inch neck. But see, they don't understand that stretch is still there from that swell that he had back in November, December timeframe.
Right.
Yep.
So the way that I've always done mine is, when I get him skin off, I'm going to put him on a form that I think he'll go on. And I got form sizes from 16 up to a 24. I got every form size I can get. So I'm going to get the one that he's going to measure. And 9 times out of 10, if he measured to 19, he's going to go on a 21 or a 22.
I got you.
Because he's still, his skin has still got
there.
stretched there. It's just the muscle tone, has done, he's done shrunk back up.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm gonna get that swell back out of him.
yeah. Once that rut's over with and all that testosterone starts going down on him,
Yep.
that
Yep.
swelling in his neck and the muscles and all this come down. But like you said, that skin's still there.
That skin still stretches. That's correct.
Yep. I got you.
It's just.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, it's 9:05. So we probably gonna shut this thing down tonight, or we can all get some sleep tonight and go to work tomorrow and make $1.
Oh yeah, got to make $1. That's for sure.
But we absolutely appreciate you coming on here.
Man,
we really do.
I appreciate y'all letting me be a part of it. And anytime, you guys is welcome. My door's always open. We want to do this again. You just give me a holler. We'll do it.
Oh yeah, we might be hollering at you.
Yeah, we might do it.
We'll show fire it up again. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. But anyway, yeah, we appreciate you, Doug, and it's really good to talk to you again. And hopefully, I get to talk to you this fall when I bring you another one. And I want the brother-in-law deal.
Yeah,
but
maybe we'll give you some more money. So
yeah, maybe we bring you some more money. We can bring you some Christmas money. How about
that?
Yeah. There you go.
Anyway, we're gonna let it go. And G4 Outdoors. We're gonna close this thing down. God bless.
See y'all.
See y'all.